There is a new Hurt Business in town, but the question is, who's going to be applying the Hurt? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. We know that Bobby Lashley is bringing back the Hurt Business. He is looking to recruit the Street Profits, but who else will they be adding to the stable? Well, we put a poll up here to try and see what you guys want in the brand new Hurt Business. Personally, I would rather see them go away from what they did in the past. I'd like to see, outside of Bobby Lashley, I'd like to see all new members, and maybe if they want to add a female to the stable, then that would be fine by me. I don't need it. I don't necessarily want it. But if they did, then so be it. So be it. But anyway, we put up Omos, Wesley, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, and Apollo Crews because, I mean, why not? At the moment, the Hurt Business seems to be like a black-only group. I'm not too sure if that is the case, but in the past, it was only black members. I was getting similar vibes to the Nation, even though the Nation did have a couple of white guys at the beginning, and they did have Owen Hart. Nation of Domination felt more like a racial faction in WWE, and I think the Hurt Business kinda also has that element, even though they don't really do anything with race and promos because it's WWE and they're just really afraid to be controversial. But I believe if they weren't afraid, if they were willing to push the boat out a little bit and be a bit edgy, I think they would be doing stuff that did involve race. But anyway, let's talk about the people that we put up for a poll. So Omos leads the way with 52% of the vote. So more than half of you guys want to see Omos in the new Hurt Business. I'm not sure why. I mean, I get it from a appearance standpoint, from a visual standpoint. He's a big bastard. There's no denying that. And from a bodyguard type, he might be good. You know, he could play a role as a bodyguard. But again, with the history between Omos and Bobby Lashley, would it make sense? I'm not too sure. Some people say, well, MVP and Bobby Lashley have got a lot of history too, and that's true, but I actually don't want MVP in the new Hurt Business. I'm actually a bit bored of MVP. I think I did like him back in the day. TNA, not so much. I thought his run when he first came back, when he was first in the Hurt Business, I thought he did okay, but once he teamed up with Omos, it just felt really stale to me. His promos weren't great. So I would prefer to see a new person in that manager type role. That's if they need a manager. Anyway, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams came in with 25% of the vote. I would put Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams in. Now, I know some people might be thinking, well, they're a tag team and the Street Profits are a tag team. Well, not really. Carmelo Hayes is more of a singles guy and Trick Williams is more of his bodyguard. And I think they could have a good role in the Hurt Business where Carmelo Hayes is the singles guy that competes for like the mid-card title, and maybe Trick Williams just accompanies him to the ring for most matches. He is the bodyguard, best friend. I think it would be good. I think that if you look at the Hurt Business, ideally you want Lashley as your world champion, then the Street Profits would go for the tag titles. Then if you could put a guy like Carmelo Hayes in there, I think that would be good. He can compete for the mid-card title with the possibility of maybe a year or two down the line, maybe he outgrows the mid-card and he could maybe be trying to take over as the leader of the Hurt Business away from Bobby Lashley. So you want to try and pick a guy, in my opinion, that has got potential. Because Evolution did that really good, where they had the past, the present, and the future. And that worked out with Randy Orton and Batista, the way they eventually rose to the very top and ended up challenging Triple H. So I think it'd be good. I think Carmelo Hayes has got potential to do that. I think Carmelo Hayes, in a year or two, could be a guy that is maybe looking to push into the main event. So we could see Carmelo Hayes and maybe Trick Williams eventually break away from the Hurt Business, or maybe they could just split Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams up, where Trick decides to, show favour, show loyalty to the Hurt Business rather than his best friend Carmelo Hayes. 12% of you people said Wesley and 11% said Apollo Crews. Again, not massive on Wesley and Apollo Crews. I just think he's a bit old. He's slowly becoming that Dolph Ziggler type of character where he's just not really going to go anywhere. He might get the odd run with a mid-card belt, but in terms of being a big name player, in terms of being a main eventer, I don't really see Apollo Crews in that way. But there was some comments, so of course, guys, let's look at them. Let's go through them. Caterpie911 said, take the street jobbers out and get Mark Henry and Ron Simmons back. Oh, ideally, man, that would be great. But Ron Simmons can barely move, so I don't think Ron Simmons is going to be coming back anytime soon. Abdiar41180 said, Odyssey Jones. You know what? I mean, Odyssey Jones, I guess, could play a role. He does kind of remind me of a young Mark Henry. But the guy is very green. Now, if he was in the Hurt business, he wouldn't have to wrestle. He'd have backup. They could do multi-man matches, and it would take a lot of, the shine and attention away from him. So, I mean, it could work, and it could be good for Odyssey Jones. I'm not too sure whether it's going to happen or not. And Laura King and Daniel DeLone both said Omos. So, they want Omos. I mean, I'm not too keen on Omos. I think Omos' size and his look, I see him as more as a singles attraction guy, but I mean, if you want him to be in this stable, then I guess there's no reason why he couldn't be. Personally, if it was me, and they're already doing Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, out of these options, I would like to see Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams added. And then who knows, maybe if Bianca Belair's turning heel, maybe they could add her as well. And we could have like a 6-person Hurt business. It's like the new Nation of Domination. 6 black people taking on all the white people in the WWE. Maybe it could go down that way. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, that's it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. The new Hurt business. Who's going to be in it? We will find out, I guess, over the next coming weeks and months. And yeah, that's it. Till next time. Peace.